ओके
स्टार्ट हो गया।
तो चाहे तो अंदर बाहर से अंदर आ सकता है वैसा वाला पूरा मैं कम पूछ के
मैं कमिंग सर।
यस कम इन प्लीज सिट
थैंक यू सर। गुड मॉर्निंग सर।
गुड मॉर्निंग आशुतोष
यस सर।
so this is your day 3 right
यस सर।
so how has been your stay in this SSB board
सर इट वाज एक्सीलेंट।
and you are coming from which city
सर आई एम कमिंग फ्रॉम देवास।
okay Devas okay Ashutosh if I were to visit Devas what all places will you take me to
Sir, Devas is a vast city, and the first place I will take you to is Bheru Baba's temple, which is nearby my village, and we have a more faith in it. And the second place I will make you visit was BNP, Bank Note Press. It has a very good environment and structure inside it. And the third one is Mata Tegri, which is like 3 kilometers above from the sea level. And we will go by stairs, so it will be joyful for us.
okay Ashutosh when we will go to Mata Tekri 3 kilometers above sea level right
Yes, sir.
so after climbing up we will be hungry
Yes, sir.
so at which place will you take me
So there are the chopati in the Devas, so we can visit there also, and we can have some street foods on the street of the Tekri itself. We have more delicious things on the road in the Tekri.
okay give me some examples
So like pani batase, and fingers are there, and
Fingers?
fingers we will eat like they are yellow in color,
okay
and we also have papad, so we can also eat chaat papad there,
okay
and bhutta also.
but all these seem like appetizers
Yes.
भूख पड़ जाएगा हमसे
No sir, we can eat like 2 to 3 plates, so we can get our stomach full.
and when I want proper lunch in Devas then what
Sir, we can go to Apna Sweets or in the Agrawal Sweets. The both are very superb place.
okay good so Ashutosh currently you are staying in a village of Devas
Yes, sir.
and how did you come to SSB
Sir, from the train.
okay and from your village or Devas
No sir, Devas to Kapurthala.
okay there's a direct train
No sir, Devas to Ludhiana, and then Ludhiana, from Ludhiana bus. I took a bus, and from bus I come to Kapurthala.
so how was your stay in was there any stay in Ludhiana or you just
Yes sir, there was a stay in Kapurthala itself.
okay how was that
So that's a good.
good stay so Ashutosh the way this interview will proceed is that I'll ask you a number of questions I'll give you a sequence of questions the moment I stop speaking that means it's your chance to answer but I can interrupt in between to ask about some follow-up questions. Whenever I say okay, continue, that means you will continue with the set of questions which I provided you earlier. Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay, Ashutosh. So, Ashutosh, tell me first and foremost, from which school did you complete your 10th standard? How much did you score there? Who was your favorite teacher? Who was the teacher who didn't impress you much? And who were your friends? Subsequently, tell me all these details about your 12th standard as well as for your graduation. And one hobby which you are pursuing right now.
Sir, I studied in School for Excellence in my 10th class. I scored 78 percentage, and the teacher I most like was Mahajan sir.
Why so low percentage? Only 78?
Sir, 78% are good percentage.
Not even 80? Only good percentage. You can do better, right?
No sir, I can do better, but at that time it was my best. So I scored 78 percentage.
Okay.
So the teacher I most like was Mahajan sir, who was the mentor in my project, and the teacher I least like was.
What was this project?
So the project is about a hydroelectric power plant.
Will you elaborate? How did it work?
Yes, sir. Sir, hydroelectric power plant by wastewater in multi. Sir, it is for the multis of having minimum 20 floors. So if we talk about the 20 floor multi, so from down to fifth floor, we will have a tank on the fifth floor, and we will have armature and the turbine on the second floor, and all the wastewater from all the multi from 5th 6th floor to 20th floor will be collected in the tank in the 5th floor, and then water will drop down when we start it, like when we open their gates, the gates of the tank, then the water will flow on the turbine and the armature rotate, and then the
Okay,
electricity is
Ashutosh, I
generated.
got your point. But the wastewater, does it need any kind of processing to remove out the solid waste? Because sometimes people include the solid waste also.
Yes, sir. There is a filtration just above the tank. There is a filtration, like a filtration tank. From the filtration tank, then the water will store in the tank or main
So,
tank.
what kind of filtration process was used in that?
Sir, we have used like layer process. Like there are many types of layer, and like it is not electrical. It is like man-made, in which we have. I can say that filters, type of filters, and the water will turn on then, मतलब like उनके ऊपर गिरेगा, then the water will be collected in the tank afterward.
Okay. So, the feces of a person. You understand feces?
No, sir.
The waste material which gets released from our body.
Yes, sir.
So that also goes into that filter?
Yes, sir. So it will be filtered.
Okay, it will be filtered. So where will that filtrate go?
Sir, there is a like a cycle. When we open the door, like when we open the door, the turbine will rotate on the filter also, which can like अलग कर देगी फिल्टर के ऊपर से उन सारे वेस्ट को, और फिर वो नीचे जाके जो डंप है उसके अंदर गिर जाएगा. मतलब देयर इज अ डिग वेरी मच, मतलब बहुत बड़ा एक डिग है, उस डिग के अंदर जाकर गिर जाएगा. इट इज अंडरग्राउंड.
Okay. Continue.
The teacher I least like was Mirza sir. Sir, the reason for that was like he never take our sports lecture, and after the schooling I get to know about that he has like stole some money from the sports fund, like exploits the sports fund as well. And sir, if I talk about my 12th class, then I studied in the same school for excellence Devas, and I have scored 81.6 percentage in my 12th class. And the teacher I like most was Pawan Patel sir, and who is he is my favorite teacher, and he is so patient and he is so dedicated to his students that he always explain patiently to the children or the students, and he always clear our doubts when there is no class also. And the teacher I least like was Mirza sir, as I already told about to you in the 10th class section. And if I talk about the graduation, I have completed my graduation from Malwa Institute of Technology, and I pursued Bachelor of Technology from Computer Science background, and the percentage I got was 75.6 percentage. And the teacher I like most was Arpit Srivastav sir, who was the mentor of eCafe and Roadtrack, who
Ashutosh, why is such decline in your graduation? I mean, you were doing good from 10th to 12th, you increased, but then again a downfall.
so the downfall went like I want to explain that you that in our 10th and 12th class we have to study for our academic qualification or the academic percentage based system. But for the graduation, in the graduation we have to study for our professional, like profession. Like I want to become a computer science engineer, so I will be studying like that, and I want to yield a profession out of it. So if I and as well as we have to maintain our percentage, so I maintained 75.6 percentage, which is quite good enough from me. And I also yield a profession out of it, which gives me some other assets like digital assets in the Facebook marketing and all that things.
Now, all that is okay, but still you are not able to manage both of these things.
So I managed. It was like not average. Like 75% is the percentage. When you get to sit in the placement of every type of company. Like the minimum criteria for the company is 60%, and I have scored 75.6%, which is quite enough to sit in any type of placement companies.
Okay, Ashutosh. Continue.
So the teacher I least like was Rajiv Vishwakarma sir. Uh, the teacher Rajiv Ji Vishwakarma was the principal of our school, our college, and he always taught us to not participate in the extracurricular activity because the college has to release funds from the administration department, and he always told us that do not participate in Rotary Act, NCC, sports or EKFA and any type of and he only want to study us.
So he is right.
No, sir, he is not right. According to me, like if we don't participate in extracurricular activities, then when we will participate in the extracurricular activities, as well as we are studying also. That I have scored a good marks and good percentage, but instead of only scoring a good marks in,
No, Ashutosh, I am saying you haven't scored good marks.
sir, it is a good marks that I can sit in any type of any type of company for the placement. And I have to yield a profession out it, not the percentage. If I have a 90 percentage in it, then no company will tell that your percentage is so good and I will take you without any test.
Okay.
And the hobbies I pursuing now is cycling and running. Sometimes I do cycling and sometimes I do running in the morning time. And sir, I have also a interest of like doing video editing and using a Photoshop.
Okay. So Ashutosh, how much do you cycle every day?
So on the normal basis, I do cycling of 10 to 15 kilometer. But on the day like Sunday or any other occasion like a New Year, Diwali, or the any occasion when I feels very good from inside, I do cycling of approx 30 kilometers or more.
30 kilometers.
Yes, sir.
And how much time does that take for you?
So it will take around 1 hour and 40 minutes. Like more than this can be happens. Like it will depend on my cycling speed.
Okay, 1 hour 40 minutes
Yes, sir.
for 30 kilometers.
Yes, sir.
So how much will that be in kilometers per hour?
Sir, it will be like sir, 18 kilometer per hour.
18 kilometer per hour.
Yes, sir.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And another was running.
Yes, sir.
How much do you run?
Sir, I am running right now is like 3 to 4 rounds of a 400-meter ground.
So how much that is in kilometers?
Sir, 1.6 kilometers around.
You are cycling very much. And how much time does 1.6 kilometer take?
Sir, it will take approx like 8 minutes, 7 to 8 minutes or 10 minutes maximum. When we are like doing like a jogging, when we increase speed, it
So
will.
let's say it is 10 minutes.
Yes, sir.
Then what's your speed in meter per second?
Okay, sir.
Okay, what's your speed in kilometer per hour? You run 1.6 kilometer in 10 minutes.
Yes, sir.
So how much can you run in 60 minutes?
In 60 minutes, I can run 9.6 kilometer.
Okay. So what's your speed in kilometer per hour?
9.6 kilometer per hour.
Okay. Very good. Okay, Ashutosh. Now tell me who all are there in your family and what do they do? How you spend time with them? And whom do you approach when you need any kind of help? When was the last time you got angry at them?
So there are 4 members in my family. First and foremost, my father, Sunil Mandloy. Second, my mother, Madhu Mandloy. Third, my younger brother, Dipesh Mandloy. And fourth, me myself, Ashutosh Mandloy. So my father is a lecturer at Government High Secondary School, Jamunia. My mother is a housewife, and my younger brother is preparing for NEET, and I am doing job as a Facebook marketer. So I spend a time with them like we eat by sitting हम साथ में बैठकर खाते हैं सुबह और शाम दोनों टाइम, जब हम सभी लोग घर पर होते हैं. And sometimes we go to farm for doing some work. And on the Sundays or any special occasion like any birthday or any type of party, we used to make dal bati on the farm.
Okay, so how much farm do you own?
It is about 10 bigha.
10 biga?
Yes, sir.
It seems like a lot of farm. What do you grow on that 10 biga?
So it is like season wise. Now we are growing onion, garlic, and wheat inside.
Okay, what is the price of garlic right now in market?
Sir, garlic is about 700 rupees per quintal right now, because it is of like most of the people have मतलब बहुत से लोगों ने अपने भंडार में से उसे निकाल दिए, इसलिए अभी कम है. बाकी it always go up to 10,000 per quintal, and it varies, and it don't have MSP, so we can't control it.
700 to 10,000
Yes,
per
sir.
quintal.
Yes, sir.
Okay, 700 rupees per quintal.
Yes, sir.
So per kg, how much would that be?
Sir, 7 rupees per kg.
Okay.
For thok, like we sell in bulk. That's why it is 7. Else you will go to the market, you will get about 20 rupees or 25 rupees per kg. When we sell it for 7 rupees.
Okay, Ashutosh. And what about onion price?
So onion price is about 2 to 3 rupees per kg. And if I talk about the quintal, it is 200 or 300 rupees kg nowadays. Like not nowadays, like when we जब हमारी क्रॉप खत्म हो जाएगी उसके बाद, जस्ट फरवरी या मार्च की बात है. अगर हम like if we sell afterward, after we stock and then sell it, then it will go up to 11, 12 or 15. And 2 years back it has touched 80 rupees per kg.
Okay. So you know a lot about farming.
Yes, sir. I don't say I know a lot, but I do farming.
Okay,
That's
you
why
do
I
farming. What do you do in farming?
Sir, I do panat, like to irrigate the crops. I do these things to spray the insecticide, pesticide, and to harvest the crop.
Okay, harvest means what?
काटना, उखाड़ना, मतलब the time when you think that your crop is fulfilled and you can now get it to your godown.
So you have a godown also?
No, sir. We store in our home.
Okay, so how are you able to store 10 बीघा का harvest in your home?
So most of the time we sell it just after the cropping, but sometimes like pyaj, garlic, and soybean we store more. Like we don't store wheat because wheat is of like very much quantity and we can't store it in our home. So we store these things in our home, and we sell wheat hand to hand.
Okay, you sell wheat hand to hand. So you sell it to some mandi or
Yes, sir, mandi.
so there you got MSP or another some price?
So there is a MSP for the like when we go to the Sarkari mandi, when we go to the Sarkari mandi, but in the normal mandi we will have to face the Vyaparis, and which will bid on our crop. Like मैं गेहूं लेके गया तो एक ने बोला कि 2000, मतलब जो मुंशी होते हैं वो बोलते हैं 2000, 2000 से रेटिंग स्टार्ट होती है, तो 2300, 2225 जो भी उनको ठीक लगता है वो उस पे ले लेते हैं.
All
बाकी
right.
फॉर द एमएसपी वी हैव टू सेल इट फॉर 1975 rupees.
Okay, Ashutosh. What is your take on the farm bill, which ultimately became a farm law and then it got repealed? What is your take on that?
So it was like when you set a MSP for something, like it is quite good for the किसानों के लिए बहुत अच्छा है कि अगर एमएसपी सेट कर दी जाए तो उनको कभी लॉस नहीं होगा. मतलब लॉस तो होता है, ऑब्वियस सी बात है, लेकिन कम होगा. लेकिन अगर हम बात करें कि हमारा जो गेहूं है, अगर हम उसको मार्केट में डायरेक्ट लाकर बेचें तो इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल फॉर द किसान, because the government is thinking of that you have to sell it in the mandi. We cannot sell it directly.
Okay. Okay, continue with questions.
So when I got any problem, I approached to the persons, like for the financial problem, for the farm related work, I approached to my father. And if for the like cooking related work, when I have to cook and I am not getting the rai or the jeera in my kitchen in the normal masala, so I reach out my mother for this type of problems.
Okay. Okay, Ashutosh, tell me, What all extracurricular activities have you participated during your school as well as in your college? What challenges you faced during that process and how did you overcome those challenges? Also, tell me specific learnings which you got from that.
Okay, sir. So the extracurricular activities I have participated in my school time was the project was which I have already told you about it. The Mahajan sir mentored us in the hydroelectric power plant by wastewater in a multi. And if I told you about the challenges, so that time I used to fumble a lot and I was not so confident to speak in front of anyone. Like I can speak in front of my teachers and my friends only. But when I participated in that type of project, so I have to go into the another city and participate in the on the like I can say that many people around me and every time new people come for the evaluation and as a judge they can, so this type of problem I face and for the this problem I have practiced a lot in the front of mirror and Mahajan sir who was like a backbone of that project who helped me a lot in like speaking and um, presenting my project to the others so well. And if I talk about sorry, if I talk about my graduation, so in my graduation I have participated in so many activities like Rotaract, e-cafe, sports, event management, anchoring, and also in NCC. If I talk about particularly that what type of all problems or all the challenges I have faced during this time, so first of all I will talk about the Rotaract. So I was the president of Rotaract on 2019, and one day we are going for the stationery donation in the Polai Kala. So Polai Kala is the village where the students don't have enough resources to fulfill their studies and to study in their time. So we have a time that we always go there for every year and we do the stationery donation there. So when we are going for the stationery donation, somehow due to some misunderstanding we forgot the snacks box in the college itself. We went there and when we are just like 5 to 10 kilometers away, like it is like 20 kilometers away from our college, we went there 5 to 10 kilometers away and we got to know about that we have forgotten the snacks box there. So I went to the college back and took the snacks box and come to the Polai Kala and distributed stationery and enjoyed that moment.
What was that snack?
So the snack was like um, biscuit and samosa itself.
Okay, continue.
And the second thing I faced in my e-cafe was the stress like when I was in e-cafe. So we have to maintain some stationery. I was the treasurer of that time, and I got to know about that we have stationery missing one in our store.
Okay, what is this e-cafe?
So e-cafe is entrepreneurship cafe in which there are some mentors who teaches us about entrepreneurship, startups, and the mindset. You have to hustle like side by side business while doing your job.
Okay.
So that is it. And I told you about the Arpit Srivastav sir, who was my favorite teacher during my graduation, and he was the one who was the mentor of our e-cafe. So I got to know about that it has been missing. So I asked my fellow friends that where is that box. I asked the other team member. So I don't got to know about that the same thing. Then after some time, I got to know about that we have shifted the stationery. Like we have gifted that stationery in the Rotary Club for the stationery donation, and I was just like having misunderstanding with my fellow friends that we don't have the stationery or where the stationery has gone. So afterward we get to know about this and I was like quite good after that time. If I talk about NCC, I have faced so many challenges, but the major challenge was that I have to organize a camp of 500 cadets and I have to manage all the things like where the studies, where the camp classes will be happen, how many students, how many cadets will go to the firing, where the food will cook, who will take all the vegetables and all the खाने पीने का सामान जो भी लगता है वो सारा कौन लेकर आएगा एंड हाउ दे विल मैनेज देयर मॉर्निंग रूटीन लाइक doing their taking bath, doing brush and all the other activities.
Okay, Ashutosh, enough. Tell me about, you said कौन सी गन चलाएंगे. So you have You must have fired a rifle during your
Yes,
NCC.
sir, I have fired a rifle .22.
Okay, .22. What is .22?
So .22 is a rifle and its caliber is of .22 radius. That's why it is called a .22 rifle.
Any other name does this rifle have? Has.
Sir, I don't know about it.
Okay. Okay. Continue.
So if I talk about my sports, and I have also faced so many challenges, but the main challenge was to like shin pain. I got a shin pain at the time when I was running, and it was due to my running on road, in which I got to know about my coach Anu sir, and he told me about the right shoe and how the you have to land your foot on the ground and how you have to run like you can increase your performance at that time. So I have that shin pain at that time as a challenge, and I overcome it by taking shoe and taking all the precaution and changing my running techniques. So if I talk about anchoring, at the time of anchoring, I was like fumbling a lot, and I have so many fillers in between that I cannot gaps in between my anchoring, so I cannot fill up. But after some time doing practice for the anchoring, I get to know about the fillers, shairi, jokes, and all these things. So after that, I practiced them in front of mirror, and I practiced in front of audience also, and it was quite good at that time. And if I talk about the event management, so in the event management, I managed one big event of our college, which was on Teachers' Day, 5th of September, and it was a quite very good event at that time. But the one misunderstanding was that we have ordered a cake, and we are thinking that they will deliver our cake because the cake was so big, so it was unable to take it on the bike. So we called them just 2 hours before the